was when I started seeing like the
damn. Well, my bad.
And after the debate, because I kept saying when he was doing the debate, I said, "How the fuck?" He's not answering his questions.
He wasn't.
Like he never answered the questions. When he was like, "They're going to deport," I was like, "How are they going to do it? Are they going to knock on the door? Are they going to enforce the military? How are they going to do it?" He never answered. Like he never answered the question. Okay, cool. Right? I said when she debated him, I said, okay, she has a chance. And so this is why it was so important. But then after I started, no shade, everybody, I love everybody. But when I started hearing the men around me, talk about how, just talk about a lot of shit. And I'm like, so no matter what you're saying about her,
right?
No matter what you're saying about her, are you listening to him? And their response was the Constitution, the Constitution, the Constitution. And so now that we're here, did you truly believe that they were going to abide by the Constitution? And this is not to put you on trial because you didn't vote for him, according to what you let us know. You didn't vote for him. But did you truly think that they were going to adhere to the Constitution? Did you truly think that? Like in your heart of hearts, did you think that they were going to uphold the Constitution? That you had hope. You hoped that they were going to do that. No, be honest. Like you hoped that they were going to do that.
Elden Ring, bitch.
I wasn't sure. I mean, I was thinking. I mean, according to the Constitution, it'll be hard to what do you call it? Just dismantle the Constitution or.
Lauren, I'm not to cut you off on Lauren. You said there's not going to be a 2028 election. I'd like for everybody to know that there's not going to be 4 years. Can we put that up there? That piece of paper. Can we go over here and then to the assets? Put that up there. There's not going to be 4 years. So we told y'all that too. There's not going to be another wave of us. 2028. 2028, we're still going to be under this regime. These were strategic placements. This gentleman was doing strategic placement, and we sat on this show and watched everyone, and told everybody that they were strategically putting these things in place to have a dictatorship. And a dictatorship, okay, demo, and then we're going to get next, because I don't want to put you, I just want to ask. A dictatorship, ain't nobody scared of that shit. Because it ain't the nigga, the nigga is a puppet. It's all the niggas he put in place to carry out the thing and to continue to carry the things out. And we sat there and we on this show, and I was like, what are y'all not listening to? The gentleman said, vote this time, you won't never have to do it again. Do we still have that money? No? I'll find it. Vote this time, and you won't ever have to do it again.
Sure did.
And I didn't understand. And all that everybody was talking about with Kamala, how you didn't hear that? How you didn't hear that? In all that y'all was trying to decipher or dissect her whole campaign, how did y'all hear that your democracy was on the line? Now, in this, put it back on demo. In this, they wrote a clause that Obama could not run against because Obama served 2 consecutive terms. Obama could not run against him because Obama ran 2 consecutive. They already know that if Obama runs, bitch was up, it's over. But they didn't say Michelle couldn't.
Well, she ain't running. She already said she has no interest in politics. Now, I mean, they're introducing this, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it would actually happen. But the other thing, going back to what you were saying a moment ago about when we talked about, you were saying that you didn't think she was going to win. I literally just saw something the other day, a news report the other day, where they were saying that they had evidence that there was voter fraud in Pennsylvania. And most people know that you have to win Pennsylvania to win the election, generally speaking. They had forged signatures on people's voting cards and things like that. So I don't believe that he legitimately won.
I don't either. I don't believe that.
I don't believe he legitimately won. And then the other piece of that is the system that they used to tabulate the votes was Starlink, which is a company that Elon Musk owns. I don't understand why they would use a company that he owns to tabulate the votes. That makes no sense to me. So what's really disheartening is how the left or the Democrats are just sitting and not saying anything. It's almost like they're not doing
nothing,
anything. It's like they're just tired.
Nothing. And I'm hoping, Craig, I'm hoping. Yeah.
I'm glad to get somebody who said very wild,
I'm hoping that it is because they're going to be a part of the true resistance, because we are going to have to take up.
But I'm also nervous. I'm concerned not just about what he's going to do domestically here, here in this country, but how he's going to fuck up things in terms of international relations with other countries. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's already some contention between him and Canada, him and Mexico, et cetera, et cetera. Like, I'm concerned that he's such a, not even he's beyond a narcissist. He's such a spoiled child. And it's just like his ego, he needs his ego stroke. Even when you look at this TikTok shit, like he was literally saying the other day on the clip, well, things just depends. I may sign it, I may not. TikTok is worth $1 trillion. Maybe they should give us half. Well, who knows? It just depends on what I want to do. It's just like, this is who these people voted for? Like, this is who you voted for. And then there's a story of a white couple who moved to Pennsylvania because the wife got a job. And I know some of you know this story. Fill it in gaps that I leave. Uprooted their entire family, moved to Pennsylvania because she has a job. This cracker that put a freezer on the job, this woman ain't got no job. They done uprooted their entire family. Now she's inconsolable. She's crying. She's on the pieces. Trump, somebody please tweet him. Please let him know. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Damn. You all weren't paying attention?
Well, it is because, Craig, they're not talking. I mean, I really wish we could play this clip. It was from a 1945 film. I posted it on my Instagram. And I really, really wish that we could play this clip, but I don't know, we just play the sound.
Mm-hmm.
I never expected to get into the man. Well, I think that how he's talking. He knows I'm
What's the answer? How do we really hear from everybody? I hear from the pamphlet.
Are you actually going to read that stuff? Sure, why not? Yes, I heard. Do you believe in that kind of talk? Oh, makes pretty good sense to me.
I'm speaking to you as an American. And I tell you, friends, we'll never be able to call this country our own
Until it's a country without. Without what?
Yeah, but that's what. Without Negroes. Without alien foreigners. Without Freemasons. You know
What's wrong with the Masons? I'm a Mason.
I just want to pause it right there. Now, he stood his ass on there, right? And heard that man call out every other thing, but when it got to Freemason, he ain't say shit about the people. Which just goes to show how people feel. Like, oh, that don't affect me. Yeah, let the Negro go. Let the Catholics go. They can go. You know, and this is again while I was on, not the Tamara, when I was on TMZ saying, when they say, well, the trans community, I said, the black community is the trans community. We're all on the chopping block.
Right. Yeah.
It's okay for me to be chopped. And you have no problem. People, it's just so cool. For the one minority group is in trouble, which all of them are in trouble. In trouble. If you're a woman, you're in danger. If you're a man, a black man,
A non-white man.
anything that is not done, anything that is not
Yeah, that was on me. That really was on me.
there, Christian. Nah, but they run
under the guise.
we're running under the guise that they're pandering, saying that because they're Christian nationalists.
Right. This is where this comes from.
I remember when I first discovered what black was, and the people kept calling people black. I remember like black, oh he's black, oh she's black. Oh like black, then a black, they're brown, they're dark brown. That don't make no sense. Here my family, they're like, oh don't go out with somebody that's dark skinned. No sabes con quién. Arregla las razas.
We've been colonized so poorly that we want to identify with being white so much. En el trabajo que me enteré que a mi espalda se expresaba de mí como mona, la mona. ¿Sabes qué es lo más triste? Que ella era una latina. I know I always stress to my family whenever they say something like, they'll be like, Julita, tú y eso moreno. And I'm like, we all are moreno. Our skin is beautiful and it has melanin. And it's most people are trying to look like you. They're going to get their hair curled, they're going to get tan, they're getting injections in their butt and in their lips. They want to look like you. So don't hate you because everybody has it.
Ooh, somebody posted this up. Okay, Craig, go ahead.
Oh, they found it.
Yeah, I did.
This clip.
No, it's still
Of Trump saying it? Okay. Play it, Mo.
Just get out and vote just this time. You won't have to do it anymore. 4 more years, you know what? It'll be fixed. It'll be fine. You won't have to vote anymore, my beautiful Christians. I love you, Christians. I'm not Christian. I love you. Get out. You got to get out and vote. In 4 years, you don't have to vote again.
Okay. Yeah, the niggas didn't hear that. But they thought that Kamala convicted all of these black people in California. Because that was an urban myth that was perpetuated.
Well, Craig, they're also under the which oh, you're not out of the seat. You need to know. I need to know. That's my friend. How do you feel listening to it and then seeing this stuff after everything? How do you feel? Like, what are your thoughts? Like, do you think like, damn, they really sat here and said this shit? Or do you still have hope in your brain, like,
Well, the Constitution gonna save him. And you can be honest.
Honestly, right now, I don't know because I'm seeing what people are talking about, but then I'm also seeing other stuff that's going on also.
Like,
Like, I saw the state about him going to, what do you call it?
All right, bro. Let's see what the fuck is going on with this.
And the whole North Carolina thing, I think that's a good thing.
what he did in California.
He's trying to stop the fire, and then he's also trying to do the thing for the North Carolina also. So that's good. But at the same time, I'm seeing him do this deportation stuff, and I'm seeing people losing jobs. So it's like, okay.
What did he do in California? It's not
I'm saying he's trying to help stop the fire.
Oh. He was too busy at odds with Gavin Newsom.
Oh, all I know is what I'm seeing. I've seen him talk about he wants to stop the fires. I've seen him talk about he wants to help North Carolina. Those are two things that I've seen. But I'm also seeing the fact that he's also doing this stuff with.
He's been trying to end FEMA, FEMA.
I'm not.
No, we're not fussing at you, Mo. We just I'm just correcting you because he's saying he's trying to stop the fires. He's trying to end FEMA.
From what I saw on the news, related to North Carolina to meet with the governor. Not Carolina, California, to meet with the governor.
That's Gavin Newsom, who I just mentioned.
Yeah, they had to stop the fires. That's one thing.
I guess I must say.
I'm also seeing that people are losing their jobs. I'm seeing that people are also about to be separated from their families. So it's kind of like, okay, you're doing one good thing, but then you're also doing some fucked up things.
I ain't saying the shit good.
He hasn't done one good thing. Well, if he's going to help stop the fires, that's not.
How did he propose that he was going to help stop the fire? Well, because the Mexicans flew in with water. And Canada. The Canadians and the Mexicans flew in with water. And he's trying to stop FEMA, which handles the disaster relief.
I guess I did it.
On the news. That's all I'm saying.
What news is
if that's true, then fine. I guess I'm wrong. I'm just going by what I'm seeing. From what I saw, him and Gavin were sitting down at a news conference having a discussion. It was all over the news, and they were talking about different ways that they can help with this fire situation with California and how to get people back on their feet. And if you look on it, if you look it up, you'll see.
Well, if you look it up, you'll see what we're saying. Because one of the things, he's been at odds with Gavin Newsom.
I'm not saying that.
Well, I'm trying to tell you. He has been at odds with Gavin Newsom, which is their governor. And he's even been talking about not even offering relief to them just to get back at Gavin Newsom. Yeah.
Okay.
He said that he's not sending. Don't send them anything.
Okay, well, I just saw them sit down a couple of days ago. I just saw them sit down a couple of days ago, and they were sitting right next to each other, having a discussion on TV about.
I saw that too, but the backstory is what I just said.
I'm going by what I recently saw. I'm not going by the backstory. I'm just going by what I recently saw.
Let's go for it up. What is his?
Wait, I guess I had to have.
So that we don't be wrong.
Because he was talking about turning on the fire. He was talking about turning on. He was saying he wants to turn on the waters to help with the fires. He wants to get people that they'll be able to clear out all the rubbish and all the rubbish and things like that. And if that's what he wants to do, and if it's true, then fine. I will say that's a good thing. I'm just going by if it's true, then fine. That's a good thing. I'm not. Is it wrong for me to say that is a good thing, I mean,
No, but it's okay. If what you were saying were
Accurate.
right,
I'm just telling you what I heard when they sat down. And if you guys want to go look it up,
yeah,
go
we
look
are.
it, yeah, go look it up. I'm not going to.
Okay, Craig, what is he doing? Tell me.
He ain't doing shit. I just said that. I want to go back to them Hispanics in that video.
Yeah, we are. But I also want to know what, because I know Mexico flew over there, and Canada, you said.
Yeah. Countries that he's been at odds at, countries that he's besmirched, even before he got back into office. And these are the same countries that are coming to the aid of America, despite his ignorance, despite his pettiness. Like, I don't understand how anybody cannot see and hear exactly what he's saying and doing. I mean, we looked at the same. I saw the same thing, but I heard something completely different.
I saw clips of him saying, don't send him anything. And then he was so busy arguing with that woman, you know. Okay, let's go back to the Spanish people.
Right. So, that video that we just showed a moment ago illustrates exactly what we've talked about here so many different times with respect to some Hispanic people who are so interested in having proximity to whiteness or white people that they'll do and say anything to be far away from being black or being associated with black or whatever. But they're simply a part of the African diaspora. It's simple as that. Now, whether you want to be black or not, you're black. You're just black people who speak Spanish. That's it. That's the basic way to put it. You're black people who speak Spanish. And but then there are people who identify with their blackness, like the young lady in that video. She said, "We are the black people." You know, but it's interesting that some of those people thought that a vote for him would benefit them. It's crazy across this country, whether it's in Florida, which is heavily Cuban populated, whether it's in Texas, which is heavily Mexican populated, whether it's New York or California. Like, there were people, I saw news reports of Hispanic and Latino people saying they did not care if their family members would not be able
I did see that.
if their family members would be able to immigrate here or not. They did not care if their family members or friends were deported. They did not care. And so, again, going back to this, it's like, it's interesting to me how we can see the same news story and pull something completely different.
Well, maybe because sometimes you want to see
what you want to see,
or the good in someone. Probably. I don't know. Maybe there's something in his rhetoric that spoke directly to an individual. They probably spoke directly to an individual. Now, all of this shit that he did on the day one with the stroke of his pen, and everybody was talking about he's getting ready to get the economy together. And the price of eggs, gas, the price of eggs is what? Can we get that picture?
Yeah, is that in there, Mom?
Yeah.
Down in Florida, what were they, $20?
$20.
That's a bit, okay.
No es por nada, pero yo no puedo creer que los huevos cuesten $20 por gallo. Pues me como una carne. Oh my God. Ay, están más baratos los camarones.
Here.
You cover it?
When did he sit down with the black lady?
That was just the other day. But what I'm saying is, but you have to look at.
Send me that one. Read it.
So it ends at $20. And then they said there's some bird flu or some shit in it. In some of these eggs.
Yes, and here's the gag. Like, you pulled us out of the world, the WHO, right? The World Health Organization, to try to keep the American people blind on what's coming. Because you didn't handle COVID the correct way.
Correct.
Because you didn't handle COVID the correct
The
way.
chicken flu.
You didn't handle COVID the correct way.
And he ain't about to handle these but the right way. Because if he was concerned about them motherfucking flyers, and this is what I'm saying when I say about critical thinking. If he was concerned about the motherfucking flyers,
Fired.
hell, he wouldn't have been worrying about them goddamn immigrants day 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and 6. His bitch ass would have been out there in California on day 1.
Right. That's what should have been done on day one, instead of standing up talking about what a bitch identify as.
And that too.
Because my identity ain't put out damn fire in California.
People out there destitute. People out there have lost their businesses, their homes. And he's worried about motherfucking trans people and immigrants. Bitch, that could have been backburned, put on the back burner. And I'm not saying that he shouldn't have handled the immigrant issue, but that shit could have been tabled. He could have came to that shit in the summer. May, June, July.
You were so worried about getting rid of DEI and canceling Black History Month.
Right. And all this other shit. He should have flew his bitch ass out there.
Day one.
He should have been doing.
Right after he was sworn in, he should have been on Air Force One.
And what I'm saying is, I don't give a fuck what he sat down and said 2 days ago. Bitch, show me. Don't tell me. Show me. Because again, he's been spending so much time arguing and fighting back and forth. Even when these fires first started, he wasn't even in office, and he was arguing with Gavin Newsom. He was arguing with him, talking about, because there's a fund set aside for those fires in California. And this motherfucker talking about they're not going to release the funding for them to handle wildfires and natural disasters. Bitch, please. He's crazy. Hold on, I'm worried harder. And so again, it's just like a lot of these people who voted for him drank that same Kool-Aid. They drank that same Kool-Aid. And that's why you got all these Hispanic and Latino people, and now women even, who are talking about, hold on, what happened? So he said, what he was gonna.
Hold on, Craig.
What?
Trump gives 2 conditions to California before offering federal aid for wildfires. Trump wants to see 2 things in Los Angeles: voter ID, so that the people have a chance to vote, and water released into Los Angeles and throughout the state.
Because they did hold off on the water in California.
But what the voter ID got to do with it?
So you're not gonna tell people until you see their voter ID? You got people that have been in their homes for 50 years, and you can't give them no relief until you see their voter ID. That makes sense? What does it mean?
Because you already president.
Is it me?
Oh, you voted for her, bitch, you get no water.
I mean, I'm not helping you. What's conditional on 8? On 8? I'm pretty sure if you made it, this is the people, this is who they voted for, some of these people.
Wait.
Okay.
Earlier this week, the president told Fox News that he would consider withholding aid to California over the state's water issues. He suggested that California's water and fire issues were due to state management. Now you going down here having a power battle. That's what I'm saying. That's what it is. So you, are you reading?
They were withholding water from the people. Isn't that wrong? If they're withholding water from the people, isn't that wrong? Like I said, I'm not agreeing with everything he's doing. I'm just saying that if he's doing something that's going to help people, fine. I'm not saying it because California, they definitely need all the help that they can get. California needs all the help that they can get. So I agree with him.
The people in California said no one with him.
That means the news is lying.
You don't think that happened?
I mean, y'all believe everything else is going on, and that's about everything. Who said that? I mean, every time y'all bring everything up,
I ain't never said
y'all bring it.
Have you ever said to you? I have never said to you when you think it is.
Yeah, you guys bring up points. You guys bring up, and no, I do not watch Fox. I get my sources from you.
The only news source that you heard me reference here, and in the live shows, is Joy and Free.
So
you ain't never heard me say on CNN and say it.
Never part of any right-wing.
No, you have not heard me use them as a support to support anything I said. And I can't even believe that you would say that the news, well, it's on the news as if it's always happening.
No, because I don't get my information from any left or right-wing source.
Well, where are you getting this?
From a neutral source.
And what's that?
There's an app, it's called Brown News. You can either look, when you find news, you can either go to the left-leaning side or the right-leaning side. And then they also have a neutral-leaning side. I always get my information from the neutral-leaning side.
So where'd you get the information about him meeting with Gavin Newsom?
Right here.
I got it. That's the neutral-leaning side.
Yeah.
Well, it clearly says here that he put a condition on their aid. So what part did you misunderstand?
I didn't say, but I never, like I said, I didn't say he didn't put conditions. He said voter ID, and he said that means
No, you started by saying that he's going to help California, and you believe that he's trying to help them. And what this article is saying is he's been putting conditions on helping them. Those are two different things.
Trump gives two conditions.
That's the bottom line. That's the title line.
That's the headline.
That's the headline.
Trump gives two conditions.
So before you can get into the article,
Offering federal aid. If you go on Fiverr right now, right, and you needed help, put out. I'm talking with you, I'll give you help based on what you think.
and then my help is contingent on doing everything. Do you want us to put you out of fire? Extinguish you, or you want us to
extinguish you without the motherfucking the conditions that you're on fire?
This is just what I'm saying.
Because if we're going to, I'll be doing this how many times? No, because I'm not on fire.
Okay.
I'm not going to be on fire, and if I'm on fire,
we'll put you out without any conditions.
Let's do this. First thing, if you need me to do, I need you to do something for me. If you need to do something, and you come to me and say, hey, Mo, I need you to get all of this stuff all together. I need it done in 2 days. And I say, okay, if I'm going to do it for you, this is what I need, this is what I need, this is what I need. Either you're going to do it for me or you're not.
But Mo, we're talking about people who are in dire straits. We're talking about people who you should just walk in immediately and provide help.
But if but you're only giving one condition. How about the other condition? What's the other condition?
Well, the condition is
to release the water, right? Why is water being withheld?
Well, the people in California said that the water was not being withheld.
If the news is okay,
so there are Californians down here who are there in the situation that is going on right now, that are saying there was nobody holding water.
So why did they have to get water from from what's it called?
Because there were not enough firefighters in the state of California. They had firefighters coming from Vegas. They had planes coming from.
I'm not just talking about firefighter. I'm talking about water. I'm not talking about firefighers. I'm talking about water. You can get firefighters in the air. You get firefighters without water. You don't need that's what I'm saying. The fact that the planes were coming in from other countries before this even meeting came up.
Before he was even in office.
Right. And so why do they have to use water?
You understand that there was fire?
Because a lot of
Are you listening or are you going to keep talking?
I was going to say because a lot of people believe that these fires are natural fires. I believe they're not natural. So if they're not natural fires and people believe that they were actually why would what makes you think that they would use the fire to do what they need to do with fire?
Well, if anybody was on the water, they did it. Can I tell you why I think? Can I tell you why I think it will be Trump? Because Trump was the same one up there screaming about having the TikTok ban, and then automatically he turns around and he wants to be deemed as the savior of TikTok.
Well, then you may be right about that.
Man.
I don't know. I'm not going to say. I don't know.
Oh, it's not a good news source?
That's
double.
No, the news source will tell you that this whole time, Donald J. Trump campaigned and signed orders.
I'm talking about withholding the water. I do not know if he's the reason why water was withheld. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he did it or didn't do it. I'm saying I don't know if he did or didn't.
Yeah, we don't know if he did.
If he did do it, then yeah, you're right. He's trying to be the savior, and he's trying to make it seem like he's the one that's doing all of this. And you're right.
And that's it. But if you're looking at the character of the individual in which we're speaking about, he's a narcissist. That's one. If you look at the character of the individual that we're talking about, he wants to make it seem like that he is the savior.
And he's counting on the intellectually lazy to believe everything he says. The intellectually lazy. That's his base.
When we play this video back, and that man stood there and said, you won't have to do it anymore for 4 years. You won't have to. And we sat on this thing and said out of our mouths, baby, this is about to be a dictatorship. Pay attention.
I said, y'all gonna be living in a Handmaid's Tale. How many times did I say that?
That's all we kept leading in with. Like, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
And this is why I didn't even want to say it.
It's okay, Mo.
This is why I didn't want to say it. That's why when it comes to politics and the whole
No, but you should, because this is how you get enlightened.
No, because
this is how you get enlightened.
Nah, it's because when somebody see this, the way you guys think about life is different.
This is not about how we think about life.
Because hold on, let him do it. Because the way you feel about a person, that's how you're going to feel about a person. I'm not going to go around and I don't hate anybody, I don't dislike anybody. I may dislike characters, I may dislike the way you may treat me or anything, but I do not hate or dislike anybody. I don't care who you are. I don't hate or dislike Trump. Do I agree with him? No. Do I want to be friends with him? Am I fond of him? No. But do I hate him? No. That's just the way I live. So unless I see something, I'm not just going to assume something on you.
But that's what I'm asking you. How do you not see this stuff?
No.
And for the record, I hate him and I dislike him.
Okay, and that's you. That's how you decide to live your own life. That's not how I decide to live mine. When it comes to Trump,
Well, I guess, yeah, I would have had to have, I guess. Both of them are knocked out. Girl, she is knocked out.
Like I said, obviously nobody heard the things that I said. I do not like what he's doing. You guys just heard the part where I just said if he's trying to help California, then I'm cool with it. That's the only thing that I said.
What I hear you saying is you're giving people benefit of the
But that's not what I'm saying.
No, that's exactly.
No, it is not. You can't tell me, Craig, you can't tell me what I'm saying.
That is what
You can't tell me what I'm saying.
You're not listening.
No, because you can't tell me what I'm saying.
But that's why you're getting upset because you're not listening. I'm telling you what you're communicating. Maybe that's not what you're trying to say.
Steve, and that's
and there are 13,000 people in here, and the majority of them are hearing exactly.
yes, because you open.
No. We're listening to what you're saying.
I'm saying what you're saying. I'm saying that what to help California. If you want to do something to help California get better, I'm cool with it. Do I like the fact that people are losing their job? No. Do I like the fact that he's trying to make it seem that people of the LGBT community won't be able to live the way that they want to live in the sense of getting their medicine that they need, or for trans people getting the surgeries that they need? No. Do I like the fact that people are going to be separated from their families? No. But I'm not just going to condemn every single thing that he does. If I see,
well, what has he done that you've liked? What has he done that you've enjoyed? What has he done that you've liked?
You see, that's the
Asking.
I'm saying. I'm just saying.
You said he knows stuff he's
if he's trying to, I'm just saying.
What is it?
California.
In the headline of
anything that will
the headline that you just showed, are you going to listen now? We just listened to you.
Go ahead.
We just listened to you.
Go ahead.
The headline of the articles of the news source that you showed us starts with 2 conditions. So how does that translate in your brain that he wants to help if he's putting conditions?
I didn't say I said that if it's going to help California get better, I'm cool with it. I'm
asking you what California get better.
The fact that he just sat down with the governor of California and they're trying.
He sat down and gave them 2 conditions.
Anything helps. I would rather him.
That's just more.
I would rather.
Yeah, because you don't even want to hear. You don't even want to hear sentences.
Oh, listen. May I ask this question? Just for logic. If we see voter ID, no, come on. If we see voter ID, and if we, what was the other condition? Okay, so if we see voter ID, and if we release the water, then I'll help. So let's say one of the conditions is that we'll turn on the water, but we don't have to see the voter ID.
Ooh. God, why am I dizzy? Oh. Oh.
You know he's gonna not do it.
Ooh.
Let me just say this, and this is all I want to say about this particular topic. If it was your family out there in California whose house was burned down, you wouldn't be saying none of this crazy shit.
They gave me an ultimatum and they said, hey, they need me to do this stuff, and I really want to help them.
Maybe you just sit right there talking about my family has to come out.
Down in the States, bitch. I'm the motherfucking head nigga in charge here. And if you want these people to get the aid that I can give them, bitch, produce their voters registration card and turn on the motherfucking water.
Turn on the water.
Possibly turn off.
This is the same
Turn
conversation
on
we had
the water.
in Baltimore in the green room before he won the election. This is the same kind of convincing we were trying to do then. You do understand that?
And then you know, but again, for
I'm
the people,
dizzy, y'all. I am dizzy.
I'm not, Mo. We're not gonna
Dizzy as a tizzy.
But when you look at it, that's what it is. This is the type of man that we're dealing with. A man that's an ego-driven man, an ego-driven person that's standing on in charge. And when he was talking to the mayor, he had them on remind.
The fact that he asked that minister, that white minister, that woman who said, I want you to continue to think about the immigrants in this country, or the people who may not be from this country, who work in our hospitals, da-da-da-da. He asked that lady to apologize. That lady spoke to him with respect. She simply stated fact. That motherfucker is crazy.
Yes.
And the fact that people can't see that is crazy.
He did ask that woman to apologize to him.
And I'm done talking about this. Because this is insane. This is insane.
You all right, Chris?
I am.
Oh, you okay?
We can move on.
You okay, Mom? Now, y'all know we have different political beliefs.
Oh, yeah.
But, is y'all good?
Yeah. That's something I'm just saying this is why I don't talk about politics or relationships over here, because you can't have, you're not allowed to have different perspectives. Just because I say once if he's going to help, I'm good with it, it turns into a whole thing of me being a Trump supporter.
No, I don't think it's
me being ignorant or anything. It's not wrong. It's not wrong to believe in certain things. And the fact that everything just has to be so negative.
But he makes everything negative.
I get it, but who in life doesn't make stipulations on anything?
But he makes everybody
does.
But
any single person.
Moses,
If you had to make a certain thing that what's his name?
academic coach.
They're not getting all this time or less or you're not going to that's wrong. Everybody does it. I get it. The stipulations are bad. But I'm just thinking about the health that that was the only thing that was the only thing I'm thinking about. It's just them getting help. If they could get the help,
But Moses, the only thing that we're saying in this conversation, help to your people, help as a soccer, help as a leader, help should not come. What condition if
this is the same shit he pulled down there in Puerto Rico when he flew over there and was down there and cows. But this is the people that some of them voted for.
But Craig, you already voted. You already voted.
Correct. Then why are you giving them the benefit of the doubt?
Fine. I'm happy that they're going to get help instead of having that place just burn the hell down like that's all I'm saying. I didn't say he's a good person. I didn't say that he's righteous for doing it. I didn't say that this makes him an all great person. I just said I'm happy.
Okay.
That is all. Right. And then everybody goes and all hell breaks.
I think more because everybody's looking at it from the perspective of, and this might be the disconnect of which you get it. The place is on fire. The president came down there with conditions to help. As a human mode, if this house is on fire and you have the power to help me, don't put no conditions on helping me.
But it could be worse also, man. He could really just say, can we please for y'all else?
That's what he said, basically. Can we please talk about something?
Yeah.
What is this that Donald said? I don't even remember what it was.
So this Congressman has introduced a resolution so that Donald Trump can get refunds.
Yeah. The third time.
Oh yeah.
We already talked about that.
Let's talk about passports.
Talk about passport.
Yeah.
Let's switch gears.
What's your age?
41.
What's the hardest part about dating at 41?
So I think the hardest part for me, I like women that are younger, typically around 10 years younger than me. You know, that's kind of like my sweet spot. And it's just...
Well, hold on. Why go for a woman who's 10 years younger as opposed to one that's the same age?
Man, I like them tight and right. I mean, that's just what it is. Like, I don't like to see signs of aging. I know that's so superficial, but that's what I want. I want somebody who is physically super, super attractive to me. And then I want someone who doesn't have it all figured out yet. I don't like to deal with people who think they got all the answers. You know, those are very difficult people to deal with.
So you want a woman who lacks experience so you can show her the world and teach her a thing?
Absolutely.
What's the problem with a woman who is already, like, experienced traveling to different cities, countries, things of that nature?
I don't think anything is wrong with it, right? It's just not for me. Like, I want to be that person to experience those firsts with you. I want to be that person that, hey, when we go to this city, I know all the dope spots and we take you everywhere, let me show you everything, let me blow your mind, let me be associated with, like, your first everything.
Let's discuss. Greg, you like younger men.
No, I don't.
Why do you like younger men?
No, I don't. I like a grown man. But mature, that younger guy gravitation.
When I was young,
That's the thing.
dissect that.
And even when I was younger, when I was like in my 20s or whatever, I was dating like 8, 9 years old.
Dissect that for me.
There was a shift in dynamic once I turned.
Dissect that, man.
Once I got a little gray down here,
And you became an older man.
right, then they started, yeah.
But dissect that for me, please.
It goes back to what I've said many times before. Men like a woman that they control. They like a woman who has, generally speaking, they like a woman who has less than they do.
So
A man who needs them.
it's intimidating.
A woman who can be a woman. Yeah. To be a seasoned woman and a woman who has her own.
So let's just say this right here, right? Let's look
And it's a gay community too.
always.
And you have an older guy dating a younger guy because he may have daddy issues or whatever. But it's like there's a level of control.
But let's say the
Peter Pan syndrome.
devil's advocate. He might be a gentleman that wants to be like, he wants to be the one. And be like, maybe let me take you to let me, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
And he can't do that with someone his own age.
Well, maybe he wants to have, again, he said he wants to have his first.
He wants to be everything. That's an insecure man. He doesn't want the scales to be balanced. He doesn't want someone who wants his level and equal. He wants someone that he can manipulate and control.
That's what you gathered from this?
That's absolutely.
He said they got to be tight and right. Their body got to be low.
Now, meanwhile, he had a little balance.
He got an uncle body.
He does.
Very uncle.
Yeah. But men typically will have standards higher for a woman than women will have for the man, physically speaking. Men will always want a woman who has a really nice body, but women oftentimes they got who may not have a body.
Oh, you say you team uncle body? Now, I like an uncle body or a dad body. So, you know, it depends if there's something looking at dick there. Now, if you got a dad body, bitch, you better have a motherfucking daddy dick. If you got a dad body, bitch, you better have a dad dick. If I got to move that stomach up,
I need to find a treasure.
I need to find a treasure. Now, you can be fine and building shit like that, you know what I'm saying? And have a little dick. It's okay, because that's usually how the package works. Be fine and all that kind of stuff. Dick be okay. It be okay. It be okay.
know a lot of daddy body niggas. You gotta unravel that motherfucker. You unravel that dick. That dick. Like a full roll up. Like, God damn. Ladies, how many of you bitches know what I'm talking about out there? And when I say ladies, I mean the ones that too. How many of you motherfucking hoes know what I'm talking about? Some of you bitches with a daddy body nigga right now, you unravel that nigga every night. And some of you with these fine ass niggas, and they think, okay, okay, and ain't nothing wrong with okay dick. I want y'all to understand that okay dick is the one that you can hang with. You can hang with that okay dick. You can hang with it because that okay dick, you ain't got to do shit that we do. Shit, I go ahead and eat this pizza. It's them daddy body milk ones that you got to be, man. This motherfucker finna go over here and unravel. He finna roll up dick this motherfucker. I got to be ready when this nigga call me. I got to be ready. Because the rap shit definitely come. He comes out here to scoop it up.
That man is clearly insecure.
You think so?
Absolutely. Sometimes it's a maturity thing too. Like it's a mindset. Like when a guy's young in the mind, he would date younger too because he can't mentally adapt and be on the same level with someone who's older.
I see some of the ladies down there talking about so they hear them, they hands and they get to be with a daddy body people right now, they got the unwrap. Well, inside be all up and down, bitch. Motherfucker be like goddamn a banana split on the inside.
What?
Instagram. Yeah. Instagram is gone.
Well, what makes him insecure, Craig? Because he needs a young woman to feed into her mind, to hold her mind.
A lot of times that's what it is.
So do you think a older woman would find him attractive? Can we see it again, Mo? Can you play it again for us, please?
I think an older woman would find him attractive, but
let me look to see how he's standing, because you can tell about where a man stand if you can unravel too. Let me see.
What's your age? 41. What's the hardest part about dating at 41?
So I think the hardest part for me, I like women that are younger, typically around 10 years younger than me. You know, that's kind of like my sweet spot. And it's just...
Well, hold on. Why go for a woman who's 10 years younger as opposed to one that's the same age?
Man, I like them tight and right. I mean, that's just what it is. Like, I don't like to see signs of aging. I know that's so superficial, but that's what I want. I want somebody who is physically super, super attractive to me. And then I want someone who doesn't have it all figured out yet. I don't like to deal with people who think they got all the answers. You know, those are very difficult people to deal with.
So you want a woman who lacks experience so you can show her the world and teach her things?
Absolutely.
What's the problem with a woman who is already like experienced traveling to different cities, countries, things of that nature?
I don't think anything is wrong with it, right? It's just not for me. Like, I want to be that person to experience those firsts with you. I want to be that person that, hey, when we go to this city, I know all the dope spots. Let me take you everywhere. Let me show you everything. Let me blow your mind. Let me be associated with, like, your first everything.
Girl.
Niggas say he don't want to date somebody who has signs of aging.
Girl.
Bitch, we all got signs of aging.
And he definitely does.
Yeah, because he definitely not unraveling that.
And then he said he was 41 and he wants to date somebody at least 10 years younger. So in other words, a woman who's just beginning her life.
So he can fuck it up.
A woman who has no or very little experience.
Because he got to, listen, because the bitch will go through his phone. No. He got, listen, you got to have money.
He want to be with someone that doesn't really have a lot of experience, life experience, lived experiences.
Ladies, are y'all dating him? Are y'all dating him? Oh, let's see the other comment. Yeah, let's see the other comment. Are y'all dating him, ladies? He available? Somebody said he kills pedo. Lady? Huh? What about the pumps? Some of you pumps will take anything. Pumps? What about the pumps? Pumps?
No, not any gay girl. You know they say Ricky Smiley gay girl. I don't know.
Why Ricky Smiley got to catch a stray?
Well, I mean, because you said punks will take anything. Sometimes punks will take anything. Ricky Smiley is anything.
No, but Ricky Smiley ain't anything.
He just came to my mind. There's a lot of talk on social media apps about whether or not he's gay or not. Family, we don't want him on this side. You all are welcome to him.
Hey, he married.
So who?
Ricky Smiley is cool.
He cool. I said he ain't cute.
Somebody, Bernice over there long dick is somebody. Bernice long dick is somebody, believe it.
It ain't a woman. And he may be getting a long dick. Don't think just because he's an Omega Phi Psi, a Q dog, that he can't be getting.
I don't understand where the spray came from. And I'm usually a bitch that hit a motherfucker with a spray.
I don't know where it came from.
I don't know where did this spray come?
I don't know. Mm-mm-mm.
It just came to me when you said that, though. He looked all crusty and stuff, and his voice always sounds like he got a bunch
Bernie,
of congestion
Bernie's hit somebody.
in his throat. Or getting hit.
Are we bottom shaming?
I did not. You said he's bone picking somebody. I said, boy, he's getting
Because
bone
it's
picked.
Ricky Smiley. Are you bottoming shaming me?
I have not bottom shamed anybody.
Do you think I bottom shame? I don't.
I didn't say you did.
Why did Ricky Smiley just get a spray, girl?
I was just thinking, like,
Anyway, y'all, we done did 4 hours with y'all. Bitch, it's time to go. It's 10:30. We hope that y'all motherfucker rewind the show.
It's 10:30 at night.
It's 10:30 at night. Bitch, 10:23. Bitch, in 7 minutes, it's gonna be 10:30.
I don't know. What is that? And what is that? We ain't never do that. What is this?
These products that are marketed specifically to Black girls contain some of the worst ingredients I have ever seen. And I think it should be outlawed. Like you said, the fragrances, the endocrine disruptors, these harsh detergents, some formaldehyde releasers. Formaldehyde's a human carcinogen. What place does it have in a beauty and personal care product? It doesn't. It needs to be removed. There needs to be better regulations and better protection for vulnerable populations.
I was doing some research. I looked at Harvard Health, and it said 50% of products advertised to Black women contain endocrine disruptors, which are those disruptors that are going to impact their hormones, increase their chance of things like cancer, infertility, etc., compared to roughly 7% that are advertised to white women. And these endocrine disruptors can impact fertility and increase their chance of getting cancer.
And it's for black people.
So, I had mentioned before,
I don't perm my hair no more.
Oh, really?
I get a hot comb. You see how long my hair is got?
I can't see underneath this party cap.
Wait a minute, bitch. Wait a minute. You think this is the wind? Bitch, you don't see the scalp? Bitch, you think this is the wind? Bitch, you don't see the fucking scalp, bitch. Are you crazy? You can't see the bitch, get into those motherfucking follicles.
God, this is the needle.
God, get into this follicle.
It's some needling up
Girl,
there.
did you get into these follicles? God, I thought that was needling. Bitch, it where? Where, bitch?
Oh my God. Bro, so here's the thing. I've talked about this before. There are ingredients in products that Black women typically gravitate to. I don't know any specific brands, but it could be your shampoos, it could be your relaxers, it could be your conditioners, all of those different things that you put in your hair. I am a book, and I've never read any articles or anything like that, but my spirit tells me that there's a reason that fibroids have increased in Black women. Because it's a problem that Black women have. Fibroids.
Yeah.
And I believe it's from the products that they're putting in your ingredients. Moreover, I also think that it may be part diet. Because, you know, our diet, Black people, is different from white people. I'm not saying now white people who eat like us, but typically speaking, our diet is different.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to think about the chemicals and things that you use in your shower gels, all that fragrant shit from Bath and Body Works and all them other places that, you know, sometimes consume product from. You got to start paying attention to that stuff. Formaldehyde is a natural carcinogen, meaning it can cause cancer in your body. I think I said on here one day, we were talking about the FDA and how it's really lax here versus the UK, and how, like, with Gatorade here in the US, they use Red 40 and all these other colors and things like that. But in the UK, to color Gatorade, to give it the color, but in the UK, they use sweet potatoes and other vegetables. But formaldehyde can cause cancer in your body. McDonald's, now we should be boycotting them because they were huge Trump supporters.
I haven't had McDonald's in so long.
Well, what's so long?
It's been a while.
Well, bro, I don't want you to get fibroids. They have
my ovaries couldn't handle it anyway. They were so used and abused, especially these past couple of years. I was just telling them last night I needed to break them up from the pickle and some ice cream, buddy. Because this last pregnancy just would last.
Oh God.
Well, I was holding on to it. Really? Girl, I was listening. I checked for my grip. I must have on the bag hurt. And I need you to break this. When you get to work tomorrow, can you bring me some pickle? Bring me a sour pickle. And some Haagen-Dazs ice cream. Because I'm having these, you know, but I'm it might be these hormones that they about to reject. This got me fucked up. It's probably these hormones.
Okay.
And they about to be rescinded on me, girl.
Right. Craig is not drunk because Craig only had water. Calm down, people in the comments. But formaldehyde, McDonald's uses formaldehyde in their French fry grease to make it stretch longer so that they don't have to change the grease out so often. It keeps it clean longer. So they do all that kind of stuff. So just buyer beware of the kind of products that you're using. It's important to, if, as often as you can, to use natural products. That includes makeup. Like makeup has chemicals in it as well.
Wait a minute.
It has lead in it, but the FDA allows a certain amount of lead in it. But we already know that they allow a lot of shit.
Excuse me, but the FDA is about to be ran by one of Trump's appointees.
Correct, and he is not qualified.
Just like the Secretary of Defense is not qualified to be Secretary of Defense. Girl, did you see his hearing?
I haven't watched anything relative.
Did you see this hearing? And that woman asked him to name the three, and the man was listed. He don't know.
You a dummy, bitch.
Anyway, it's 10:30. Ladies.
All right. Anyway, listen. You guys have an amazing night. Have an amazing week this week. Remember, you are the thermostat. Don't let the people control your temperature.
And get your motherfucking goddamn tickets
for St. Louis, February 6th, Atlanta, February 21st and 22nd. We have 2 shows here in Atlanta. And then Boston is March 26th. Boston is March.
For now. Y'all listen, y'all got one more month. Y'all listen, Boston, y'all acting up. St. Louis, y'all good.
Right.
Boston, y'all acting crazy.
Get your tickets at bagtalk.com.
Austin, Texas, I'm gonna be there by myself, honey. You know Austin is February the 1st.
Okay. You gonna be there by yourself?
I'm gonna be by myself. The faggot gonna be somewhere. The faggot gonna be somewhere with his boy.
I don't have no boyfriend.
What about them?
I don't have no boyfriend. Listen, if you want...
Wait a minute. So
I'm going to take viable candidates.
Do they have to be in this country?
They do not.
So what about the one out of the country?
I don't have one out of the country.
So you just a clean-up woman?
Isn't that Betty Wright? Was that Betty Wright?
The clean-up woman.
Was that Betty Wright who said that? I have.
So that's what you just been over there in Europe cleaning up.
You know, at this point in my life, I'm really clear about what. I'm really clear about making choices and decisions. I figure it out quickly.
So you're the cleanup woman, basically. What you
the cleanup man.
That's not how the song goes.
Oh.
A man could be a woman. Get your tickets, girl.
Bye,
St. Louis, Missouri. St. Louis, Missouri.
Damn, I missed it.
St. Louis, Missouri. God damn it, honey. We are on our way. Because, child, y'all call for the bags and the bags and the bags, and we are ready to come turn it up with y'all.
Now, this will be my first time in St. Louis, so I'm going to need y'all to come on out and show me what St. Louis is all about. Do you really have what it takes? Do you really have what it takes to sell this bitch out?
Ladies and gentlemen, the City Winery has opened their doors for the bags. February the 6th, 2025. That's 2625. God damn it, those are some lucky numbers. Go down there and play that in the damn bingo. Ray, is you ready?
February 6th, City Winery. The bags are coming. Bagtalk.com.
And honey, let me tell you something. Don't beat us there, bitch. Beat us there. Yeah, not shit. Boston, Massachusetts. Oh yes, honey. The girls are on the way. March the 26th, 2025, the fags are on their way to Boston.
I understand it's going to be pretty cold when we get up there, so I need you to get your coats and your hats and get on out to the City Winery. But the tickets are on sale now.
City Winery, the doors are wide open. And that means you got to get your tickets, baby.
Bagtalk.com. Now listen, we said we weren't really going to come there because we didn't know if y'all really going to show up and show out. But we're going to put it in your hands. March 26th. Be there.
Get your tickets, bitch. Get your tickets, bitch. Get your tickets. Don't beat us there, bitch. Beat us there. And remember, get my children out of here. St. Louis, Boston, Massachusetts. Oh, yes, honey. The girls. You met me at me.
Friday, February 21st, and Saturday, February 22nd.
You heard the lady Atlanta. That's right. We're doing back-to-back shows, and the tickets are already on sale.
Friday, February 21st. Saturday, February 22nd.
That's right, Atlanta. We're giving you back-to-back shows. Grab those tickets now because they're on sale.
Friday, February 21st. Saturday, February 22nd.
Please grab those tickets up at fagtalk.com.
And honey, let me say,
Oh my God! Big pussy first. I didn't put it in there. Well, listen, let me send you the phone real quick. What? You think you're going to get a copyright for it? Yeah, probably. Okay. But that's probably. We're not talking about that about it. No, the people watched it because there were millions of people there. Millions of people that listening was everywhere and people were chiming in. I was getting a lot of unnecessary cash. From people telling me that I was the biggest. Right. And that, and that the black community is not the They were so ready to, what is it when people are ready to respond? They were so ready to respond and not listen, without listening. You know, when I know that everybody in this black community, like this is how you know this is how they made it out. Right. Because there's no critical thinking. Correct. There's no critical thinking skill. That's it. And so they sat there and they, I was getting a lot of unnecessary, I got so many unnecessary. Like, you see, y'all don't see my message. Y'all just, I'm talking all day from strangers all over the motherfucking United States, all over the world, explaining to me how I am a man, and that I don't have anything to do with the black community. And so this is further my, which is probably going to windmill a time or two of it, is education. Okay. This is further support. It further supports the things that I say to you about me, wanting to stand 10 toes down in my black, and I'm going to always stand 10 toes down in my black because I have no other choice. But I'm not as pro-black. So I don't know if you understand the way I'm putting that out. I do. I stand 10 toes down in my blackness, but I'm not as pro-black as you. Right. And I say that because the first people that were had me on the chopping block, I didn't expect racist white people to do exactly what they did. Mm-hmm. I don't have any other expectations. You just expect more and better from black people. I just expect black people to see as the things that I've gotten from white people. I don't want to walk in the room and receive the same thing from people that look like me. Yeah. And so this is how it's been the entirety of my career. Like, I've been met with, even before your career, when you tell those stories about being in South Florida. Yeah. You know what I mean? The gas station story where the black man in the truck. Somebody talking about numbers are low, I'm out. Sweetheart, you're not. Who is that? Where? Numbers are low, I'm out. Well, bye. It's everywhere. We just started. We ain't been on here 20 minutes. Just sit tight. Right. You may learn something while you're waiting on our numbers. Right. Make sure that your counts are up. But anyway, so basically, it's good. Yeah. So basically, when I talk about this stuff, it is crazy how I see that the first people to react negatively against me is black. Now, I'm never going to,
I'm never gonna not, because I know it's my human responsibility, my human duty as a black person to stand always 10 toes down for black people. But there is no way that I can separate me being black and trans at the same time.
Right.
I can't. And that was one of my, they were so concerned about G holding my hand. They were such a deep concern. Why is this man holding that other man's hand? And why is these men, like the delusion that these men, because I said I'm transgender. I'm one gender, I'm trans. I've never ever, in the entirety of my existence, because even that video that was going viral, where you told me that I was a female, I was like, no.
Right.
No.
Right.
I'm clear and concise in what I am. I was born male. My gender identity is I am a transgender woman. I don't believe that I'm a female. I've never believed that I was a female.
Right.
I've never had the preconceived notion that I was like this female and blah blah blah. Like I don't need anyone giving me a biology course.
Right.
I don't need that. And so it was so disheartening that they came in the comment section and showed me exactly the things that I was talking about. Like wow, you're so concerned about having. I think that, Craig, you're the scholar here, and the word is conflate.
Conflate, yeah.
I think they conflate me being transgender to sex.
Right.
Like, and I don't mean sex as an anatomy. I mean sex
Intercourse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they can't dissect the two. They can't separate the two.
Yeah.
Like they can't. Like, just listen. There are trans people that are heterosexual. Like Bruce, aka Caitlyn, because I ain't respect that motherfucking hold on. It's fuck that pussy. Bruce, aka Caitlyn, is a transgender person that dates women.
Right.
And they have had a sex change. So, you said slow down, I'm moving way too fast. I think I am. But Craig, it's hard. It's hard for me. And I've been saying this to you since inception, since we first met. I've been saying this to you, like, girl, my plight has been heavily with people that look like me. Men and women, particularly women. That look like me. They're so hell-bent on putting me in my place. Like, you're not me. You're not me. You never can. You're standing on the side saying, no, I'm not. And I understand that. But I am a human. And I have the right to exist. And I have the right to exist in any form that I choose. Whether I have a skinny cat or a 40 motherfucking 4-inch leg. I have the right to exist however I choose. Because you don't own the thing.
A lot of that is first and anger. And we've talked about this many times before, where sometimes, because even as a black gay person, the co-blockers I get something. I get people under my comments saying, "Oh, you too fine to be gay. Oh my God, you're just a waste. Oh, if you just weren't gay." Like, so I get the same thing, right? We've talked about this many times here before. Oftentimes, what happens is with black people, they want the same level of power and the same amount of privilege that white people have. And what sometimes black folks fail to see is that the same type of burden that they put on the black queer community is the same burden that white folks put on the black community. They're unparalleled.
But they don't want to.
They don't want to see that, because what they often do is you're not compare slavery with rape with gay stuff.
I can't take it. They can't separate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Correct.
They can't separate the sexual act from humanity.
Correct.
When you see any part of humanity endangered by somebody in power, you are on the top of the always. And Lil Duval made a statement about women and hope. Black women finna find out how hard it is, how hard it has been for black men. And I wrote up the thing. I said, black people celebrating injustices for other black people has to be studied.
It must. It must. But that is the reason why I've said here so many times before, all black slaves were not interested in freedom. All black slaves were not interested. You understand that we talk about the white people in our community, separation in our community now. Can you imagine what the fuck Harriet Tubman went through? You think all of the niggas was ready to run? Some of those niggas were a prisoner. He killed some of those people. Some of those black people. Because they were a threat. And so, just like when we argue and debate, remember this is from a straight men on our team. We'll get into that later. You know, like before we do an you okay? Why are you okay, honey? This is called accountability. This is called accountability. Because when we were in Baltimore, one of those lives that was back in October, he had a whole knockdown, dragged down argument with Mo and G. It was me and Madison against Mo and G. Talking about the things that were coming down the pipeline. Some of the same stuff that the Cubans didn't foresee, that some of the Mexicans didn't foresee, some of you Mexican and Hispanic and Latino offers didn't see. We talked about that. We talked about it at nauseam. At nauseum. And there were so many people that were at nauseum. At nauseum. I just learned a new word. At nauseum. And it's like, we talked about it tirelessly. Okay. Over and over, repeatedly. At nauseum. Okay. And it's just like, we kept saying it, and kept saying it, and kept saying it. And people didn't want to believe it. And there were people who used their, and not just white people, and not just white people, there were Hispanic people, Cubans, who used their vote as a weapon against other people. They thought they were using their vote to hurt black people bad, different bad. Correct. They thought they were hurting Kamala because they didn't want to vote for a woman. And now they're at the border crying. Now they're fearing deportation. Now they're afraid to go to work. There it is down there at nauseam. Somebody can touch it. They don't want to leave. Oh, it's ad nauseam. Right. I need to say something. Well, girl, the government gave me all my money. Get ready. You know, hey, I don't even have that card no more. Listen, we'll change something. You better wear fag. Wear fag. That's right. It's a fag out there right now. They got a motherfucker. You better know. I heard you. You did? Girl, I hope that my kids get that out. But the thing is, you have Hispanic people that are afraid to go to work. And I'm not just speaking about those who may have voted who were not Trump supporters, right? Some of them may not have been supporters. But what I'm saying is, there are people who are afraid to go to work. They're not working at these farms. They're not going to farms because they're afraid that ICE is going to come and get them. They're not even, they're trying to be in hiding. And now they're talking about we need to come together. No, bitch, we try to come together when it's time to vote. We actually have one. Go ahead. Yeah. No, I want to know. I'm going to laugh. I want to know, can we laugh? I'm laughing at her. It may have music on it. Does it? I think they had a sad tone, like somebody said. Click on it and see first, and then if it does, then just go to what she's saying later. Yeah.
Okay, I have something. I was scrolling down through these comments, and over 2K of comments of negative and positive comments, and everyone talking. the type of person I'm not going to reply to every negativity y'all want to say and try to bring down one another. At least give you what type of character how people are in real life. It doesn't matter who you voted for. They both were full of shit of presidents. No matter what, if you go through politics, I don't go down the route with y'all because I don't have time for the negativity like that. Because my people are going through this situation, not y'all. So y'all can go, whatever y'all want to say, I don't care. God bless you. We're supposed to be here for one another, lift each other. What's wrong with y'all?
Oh, you care, bitch. Now you care. But see, again, people were trying to say that they were the same. Kamala and Trump were the same. And I'm saying, and I said so many times, whether you agree with all of her policies or not, you have to look at the lesser of the two evils. Yeah, she was not going and talking about doing any of this. She's a 6-day man. Six. They have DEI. They done rolled that back, and you see all the they've done that. Black History Month. Black History Month. Bitch, he probably gonna try to get his hands on Juneteenth, and tell me y'all still don't even know what Juneteenth is. They are in talk of a third term, which we told y'all while we were here sitting here that this was dictatorship. And everybody in the room, except us two, said that the Constitution. But the Constitution, they can't do that. And I'm like, sir, you don't see that their man is a convicted felon that's running for the president of the United States? And they thought that was so attractive. He one of us. I remember sitting right here saying, don't be putting up no GoFundMe when they snatch you out of your vehicle. Don't be trying to get us to form some alliance when they drag you out of your car or invade your home unlawfully. They just stopped the Department of Justice from investigating Breonna Taylor's murder, and what's the other man's name? George Floyd. Yeah, and I would mark my words this day. We're going to see the free Derek Chauvin, the one who killed, because he went down there and freed all those damn people that stormed the Capitol. And the black kids that we talked to and outside had stated, what did they say, though? They had said, well, they've been doing black people like this always. And I'm like, for niggas to say that, it really turns my stomach. Like my everything. Well, black people ain't never had no such and such anyway. Well, all those black people that have marched, people died, that passed, even if it was little, it helped them. Some of those things on the books that we were able to get, some of those rights have only been on the books for about 100 years. Some of those things have only been in place for 100 years. And this motherfucker went in a matter of 3 days with a slight thing. The stroke of a pen. Now, what we gotta understand is that the executive order isn't law. Yeah, it's not. But he has stacked both houses. Yeah. So that's kind of like the saving grace that it's not law yet. Correct. But the people are acting on it as if it is. And some of you were so excited that he came in and ended the transgender lunacy. You thought that, I'm back to that. Yeah, come on. Because they fear-mongered the public into thinking that we were the enemy when they were the enemy all along. Yeah. They fear-mongered the public and told the public that you were in the bathroom, we were harming women. Bitch, I've been going in the bathroom the regular. Yeah. We were hurting women in the bathroom. We were beating up women in pedophiles. We were beating women and when you do this, that is right. I think you said it's 500,000. 8. Is it 8?
So it's less than 10%.
Girl.
Less. And they ran for that. Fear monger everybody out there, and they pander to people's disdain. They pander to people. They pander to people, forcing you to respect human beings because it costs you nothing to walk past somebody. It costs you nothing to respect someone. It absolutely nothing. And people who felt like, well, we're seeing too much of it. It's like I don't want to have to explain to my kids that there's other people.
But again, just to draw a parallel, it's no different from white folks who felt that way when they started to see black folks on television. We're seeing too many niggas on TV. We're seeing too many niggas moving to our neighborhoods. We're seeing too many niggas working at our jobs. It's the same thing. So because they got tired of seeing black folks, they started to redline. Now you can't purchase in their neighborhood. We see what happened with Harvard. We talked about this on a few shows ago, where I said, once this whole DEI shit rolled back, they had only accepted about 15 black people, or 15 people of color into Harvard. You mean to tell me there's only 15 that were qualified to get in?
Girl, just like in that Olympic person, that was a female. Mm-hmm. That was a female versus a female. That motherfucking female hit that bitch so hard she thought she was being jumped by two niggas. And they ran with the public. Didn't even come try to really clear that up that was a female. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They ran on the fearmonger of that was a transgender person in sports.
And they ran on the ignorance of people. They knew that people wouldn't do their research. They knew that shit would metastasize like a cancer did.
Yeah.
They knew they could put that shit out in the zeitgeist and people would say, you know what happened? And it would just spread like wildfire.
Yeah.
They rely on people's ignorance. They rely on your laziness.
People are saying DEI was for the masses of blacks. Come on, break it down.
Let me break it down for you, because I've had this conversation with a homegirl of mine. And we were talking about this the other day. Let me pull it up. Because she said to me, what has DEI really done for black people? Has it really benefited people? And so this is what I said to her. DEI has multiple prongs, and I'm not saying all of them. This is just what I was saying to her in the text the other day. DEI has multiple prongs, right? One was giving opportunity to qualified individuals who would otherwise be overlooked for jobs, whether it was a black pilot, a black executive, whatever, right? Or even, like I was just talking about with Harvard. Harvard may not even look at black people now. But because there was a system in place where they had to pay attention to those of us who are educated enough, qualified enough, smart enough to get in there, they had to give us a seat at the table. That's what it's about. It was never about lowering the standards. White women. Well, what I was going to say was, white women benefited from DEI more than any other group. White women, more than any other group. So let's start there. So it's never just been about race. It's about marginalized communities. So it's about women, it's about people of color, it's about queer people, etc. Even people with disabilities. So that's what DEI is about, cornerstone. But anyway, so I went on to say to my friend, people who were otherwise overlooked if there was no quota system. It isn't about lowering the bar for them. Rather, giving them a seat at the table because they're qualified to be at that table. Also, challenging and reinforcing cultural sensitivities around various conditions. For example, when you work in veterans too, yes. But when you work in a corporate space, those of you that work in corporate America, and once upon a time I worked in corporate America, the only holidays other than U.S. holidays that were acknowledged in the corporate space were Jewish holidays. Jewish folks could get off. Bitch, you just got Juneteenth. And some companies don't even acknowledge that. When the last time you heard somebody getting off work for Kwanzaa? Do they acknowledge that? No. So again, DEI is also about sensitivity to cultural giving cultural lessons and background and information about different communities. It's also about that. So like when that shit happened with Starbucks, remember a few years ago, those two black guys were in that Starbucks store, and those people said they were in there too long, and da 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 da. And you see white people in Starbucks all day long with their laptops, or and they didn't buy no coffee. But these two black guys were there having a big meeting, and they were horrified. They called the police. And remember when those two black guys did not sue Starbucks? Now, I would have sued the shit out of them motherfuckers. I would have sued the shit out of them. But they ended up closing down. Starbucks closed all, and worldwide. You remember this? Starbucks closed worldwide. Cultural sensitivity. This was right around the beginning of this whole DEI wave, right? That was when people really started to understand what DEI was about. So it's about that as well. Teaching your white employees or your heterosexual employees what it is to be Jewish, or your white employees about what it is to be Indian or Hispanic or whatever, right? Also sensitivity. So then I went on to say to my friend, I'm wrapping it up. We only ever acknowledge Jewish holidays is what I said. And it's also about educating people in the workspace so they know how to interact with communities other than white folks. So basically, like when I did the movie Bros, they sent us through a couple of days of that was the guy. Same thing. So like the whole people. Yeah. Remember how they started doing trainings and education? Yeah, because I had to go through a training. Was unacceptable. Like, and then we had to go through and sit down and they taught us words. Like this is how I learned extensively about non-binary. I had talk about non-binary, but I learned how to use it and like to be respectful to people. I learned how to use it, and I know several then today I learned how to use it at work. It's not tough. It's okay, but we're not gonna learn it. It's not the time. But I learned how to use it at work because they put us through a training. Because and even as a trans person, I'm learning, a lot of shit. So they put us there, they put us in training, and I was, because I'm sweating all up on my arms. Baby, I'm sweating. That's why I be here in the tank top. Y'all think I'm trying to show off, but no, I'm hot. I'm like white. And so, I learned how to stay in them. And I remember I told this story on my special, and they gave the logo legend. That one of the PAs came to the room, and because I'm from the South. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, girl, and they and she, and I didn't mean it anymore. Right. But they explained to me that they were non-binary, and I was like, and they was like, well, my pronouns are they and them. And I said, oh, okay. Right. By the time they came back with my lunch, you had it. I had it. And see, I would have had his name or their name. Well, I guess because I don't know them. Correct. Because I don't know them. You did great. Right. But I said, if they were sitting right here, I would say, what's your name? How you doing, John? Right. But I learned how to do that. And so I didn't have any issue with that. It's just for me, I think that the problem is that people don't want to, I didn't have any problem doing it. Right. Not to say that you do. But, right. No, but there, I didn't have a problem. Like, by the time they came back to the trailer, I knew how to say it then. Right. And I didn't say, whatever anymore. And I learned how to make sure that I stopped everybody. And here's the thing. I learned to stop everybody while we were on set to ask them. Because I didn't want to. When you say them, you talk about crew, you talk about that individual person. See, that them and they is just taking me up. Well, okay, go ahead. I was asking for clarity. Were you talking about that individual? Hold on. And see, that's the problem. Girls appear that they have very big checks on the line that they don't want to. They want to be disrespectful. They don't want to learn anything. Like, but I had a very big check on the line, so it was important for me not to lose that check. And also to respect. But I definitely my check first. Right. Why can't you ask that? And so I Oh, it's open. Oh, I see that. Okay, got
And
it.
Tracy had a big. And so I went over there and I started asking everyone that I came in contact with because there was a lot of, like I'm old, I'm 46, I'll be 48. So there were different terms from my time, but the main two still remain. The main three: faggot, dyke. Those are the main two words that I knew. And transsexual.
Yeah.
As time went over, then it became I understood difference between transsexual, transgender woman, then binary came, then all this stuff. So then I had no problem in learning how
Right.
how it did. So when I saw someone that I felt was exhausted, I said, how do I admit it?
And if I'm being completely honest, I think that's what some of these folks were exhausted with. And I'm just being honest. I'm not saying I was exhausted with it. I'm not saying I'm exhausted with it. What I am saying is, in corporate America, I think that some of those people were exhausted with doing the dance.
Yeah, I hear. Yeah.
I'm tired of all of this.
Yeah, I hear that, right? Yeah, okay.
And then they put on their
yeah, that's fine.
nails at the bottom.
But that's fine as a male position. You both are male position. So what I'm saying, I think so. I know, but I'm giving an example for those people. You both are male position, right? So automatically someone is going to walk up to you and say, "Hey, sir."
But then I might be like, I'm not a he. I'm them or they.
Or you might be like, I mean, that same, like, well, being able to check and say, "Hey,
my pronouns are,
right."
And then someone could be like,
That's not the point is,
move, bitch.
Yeah.
See, people are making this shit too big. If you can't respect me in the space that we occupy, you'll fucking shit about that. No, when we together and she heard, and it's always an ego over it not because I appreciate what you think.
Right.
I was texting somebody, and they were like, and you came up, they were like, "Oh, you still work with
him?"
Something in that there.
Hey, call me him.
And I was like, first of all, I respect her. You're going to respect her. Mm-hmm. So you're going to.
But that's an instance where I think they were just trying to be willful.
Well, Craig, let's be clear here. The people want to be willfully
correct. But then, what about the instances where it's innocuous? Where it's just, you present like a male, like on the set of clothes, so it's that what,
So I thought,
okay, good. I thought correct. And that person gave you, oh no. And I respect it. So that was innocuous. What I'm saying is, I think in some instances, especially in corporate America, if that person, and I'm not saying this person did that, but in corporate America, sometimes people got exhausted with it because if that person really blew it all up, got all bent out of shape, and so that's what I've heard. Like I have friends who work in HR.
a lot of them
A lot of them know. I have a female friend who works in HR, and she was hiring a white man. This is a black woman. She was interviewing a white guy for a position, and she asked him a question, and she said, "Which one of your toxic traits?" And he said, "I really do my best to try to respect people and to acknowledge people's pronouns and this, that, and the third. But you do have trans people who are now more visible in the corporate space." He said, and I have had instances where I have said the wrong pronoun. Because again, if you present as a woman, but you talk about you, them, or they, or you talk about
excuse me, Craig.
I'm not talking about you.
I know, but I'd like to just take a moment and listen back to what Mo said. First of all, Mo looked at me, and that person looked at me. If this is him,
right?
This is this.
No, it's not.
So again,
yeah,
that was not innocuous or whatever. That was in the space of I know that that's a training.
Yeah,
and I'm not respecting any of the transgender shit.
Right.
That is a him.
That is correct. And that is.
And then when I said funny, they were like, "Oh no, I was just joking like that."
No, don't joke like that.
Right. But I'm saying, like, in a corporate space, where this person didn't know that person had been used. And he said that he made the mistake of misgendering. And he apologized fiercely and profusely and all of that. He said, but the energy was just still so awkward. Well, because Craig, because some people don't take it. No, because obviously we don't know. We don't know how they person. Right, 90%. There's a small percentage of us that are friends that may feel like they don't need to do things. But the large percent of us, when we friends, the look comes first. Yeah. Every trans person that you've encountered at our shows that we go out to, just like the last show, those trans people that came there, we would never have known. We wouldn't have known that. Well, we saw. No, I'm not being funny. We're talking about this last couple that was here. Okay. We wouldn't have never known.
All right, I'm going to bed. Well, actually, I'm going to eat ice cream first, and then I'm going to bed. Y'all have a great day tomorrow. I think I'm going to see y'all tomorrow.
That person lived their life
So.
as a she. Yes. So my thing is,
Yeah, have a good night.
People find that out. Why are
and I may see y'all, well, today, actually. Later today.
If this is what they give it, because I thought that was Gucci. I was never giving Gucci man energy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nigga.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Because he had to tell me that he was trans.
I was like, nigga. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, nigga.
Yeah.